Hello, I'm Fiona Ellis and I'm one of the directors of Business Declares. And I just want to tell you in this short introduction a little bit about Business Declares and if you're a business, how you could join. We are focused on the climate and ecological emergency, and we came into being over a year ago in September 2019 as a result of the great protests that were happening then. Just as you can see, pictures of the climate march that happened globally, and certainly before that, Extinction Rebellion had brought the issue into focus in London. And so a group of business leaders, including John Elkington, Charmian Love, Safia Minney, Kate Sandel and others, we got together to create Business Declares. And in the intervening time, since our launch, we are a network of over 30 organisations. Here are some of the names. And what we've been doing is running a series of events and speaking at different events, and also encouraging businesses to declare a climate emergency, and this is what it means. So to do this is really all about action. It's not just about declaring. It's very much about accelerating the action that you would have taken because you recognise this is an emergency, both climate and ecological. And so we would encourage people to bring this, if they were part of an organisation, to the executive leadership. And annually, the climate emergency plan would be reported on. We would obviously encourage people in this trajectory to set a challenging net zero target. And we found that most of the organisations with us have done this accelerating action towards 2030. And also, equal importance is biodiversity loss and climate and social justice, as we've seen over this year particularly. So we recognise people might have to set interim targets if their business situations will make it difficult for them to go quite up to 2030, but we do recognise that what's important here is encouraging and sharing best practice to connect and engage with your peers, and that includes suppliers, customers as well. And one of the things that has been fantastic with some of the organisations who are working with us is that they've advocated for their suppliers to take action as well as staff and customers. So we have some great examples there, and our purpose is really to inspire and encourage and accelerate action. So we're putting on a range of dialogues and joining events like It's Time, which we're delighted to join. Ben Tolhurst will be speaking at one of the events and in the innovation stage, and also Safia Minney, and both of them very involved with Business Declares. And as we've said, it's very much about mobilising action, but also being a critical friend. So we would support a range of initiatives. We are a partner within Race to Zero, where we're also supporting the climate emergency and ecological bill. So if you join with Business Declares, you are standing with other organisations who've made declarations. We link in with Construction Declares, Architects Declare, and other groups of businesses who've made declarations. And it gives you an opportunity to take part in events, network, and find solutions. We obviously took great stock in April and at the beginning of the pandemic, and this was one of the things that, in talking to our members, we very much wanted to address the fact this is a planetary health emergency, and it is about building back better. So we do support the call for a green recovery, and we're looking forward to seeing more of that action taking place, and particularly leading up to COP26. We do think that it is still very important within a COVID-19 framework to be very aware of the climate emergency coming down the tracks even faster, and to make sure we increase calls for a socially just as well as a net zero economic recovery, and recognise that climate justice is also social and racial justice. And businesses like this are sustainable businesses, and they do perform better. So if you go to our website, you'll find a simple version of the steps to declare, which is helping people think about how do they build stakeholder support and get agreement from the executive or the board, and how to engage their staff. So I hope that you'll have a look at that. And if you want to find out more about us, or even book a climate emergency workshop to help your staff understand what's going on around the climate and ecological emergency, do get in touch and join the conversation on Twitter and LinkedIn. And we would recommend, as a first step as well, the BLAB UK Climate Emergency Handbook. So really looking forward to this festival and hoping that we can get a lot of insights from it. Thank you very much.